evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. I made a rogue deck that I honestly don't know how to judge. It's got tons and tons of removal. It's got some endgame thanks to some luck later in the draft where after I had a surfeit of spells, a bunch of big creatures showed up. Maybe I've had a conflicted thing about big creatures lately. Where I draft decks that have a fully solid endgame, but I never live long enough to see it. Maybe the key is if you have like a top-heavy deck, everything else just needs to be removal, so you can clear your opponent's board and not fall behind, because you're just sitting on cards doing nothing. If he plays an Argent Squire, I'm going to regret mulliganing that Blood Knight, but I don't want to keep a 3-drop like that. And okay, I regret it already, because I would have liked to play it on turn 3 now. As it is, we'll have to content ourselves with a coin 4-drop on turn 3, which is a little bit just depressing. Kimig is a different Warlock than what we played before. He mulligans his whole hand. Hopefully he doesn't have a fast Zoo start. Because this type of a hand, you're very geared up for the mid and end game. The slower your opponent plays, the better. Oh god, oh god. Ah, jeez. Nope, okay. Whew. Backstab. Well, that makes me feel instantly much better about anything. No matter what happens now, pretty much. I mean, there are some 4 toughness 2-drops you could play like Nat Pagel or something, but for the most part I can just kill anything he plays and make a dagger and get ready to deadly poison it, perhaps. Tricky thing is if I coin the deadly poison, I can't coin my 4-drop the following turn, and if I coin a 4-drop the following turn, I can't put deadly poison on my dagger. So hopefully backstab will just be enough. He thinks for a good long while and then does nothing. I'm alright with that. Gonna hang on to my dagger. It'd be foolish to attack his face, and since I might play Deadly Poison next turn, I'd rather not, but I might. Blood Imp. Okay, so he drops one of those, and what else? Demon Fire. Okay, this is one of the more unusual strategies I've seen, to be sure. I could play Wolf Rider. Yeah, I might as well just play a Wolf Rider here and hit him in the face. I am risking again a Mortal Coil. If he plays Mortal Coil, then so be it, but I think the coin is valuable to keep. And if that Wolf Rider kills his Blood Imp, then that's great as well. Right, he's going for the stealth approach here. Plays a Cope. Okay, so is the Demon-fired Blood Imp going to just eat my Wolf Rider, or is that what's going to happen? Nope, it's not. Okay, great. So, Fan of Knives. Not as effective as it could be, because it's not going to actually kill this guy, since it's just got buffed by the Blood Imp. But killing this Cobra seems like a pretty good move. I think now's the time for the coin. We'll play the Yeti. Now, oh, hang on. I was thinking I could coin Deadly Poison, but an alternative presents itself. I could, without using the coin, just backstab the Cobra and hit it with my dagger. That lets me save the coin. But why do that? I mean, then Deadly Poison becomes more or less unusable. I might need it against his stuff. So yes, let's go ahead and pop the coin here. Deadly Poison. Kill the Cobra. Keep the Wolf Rider. So what's happening here? I mean, he's got 6 cards to my 7. And I also have a Fiery War Axe in my hand, essentially. So I'm pretty far ahead, because my board is bigger than his. I mean, he'd have to have a really good turn here to catch up. I don't exactly understand what this Demon Fire thing was about. I mean, a 2-3, investing 2 cards to get a 2-3 is a little bit weird. It's a way, I guess, to protect it so it doesn't die to Fan of Knives. I guess that's something. Maybe he was playing around with Fan of Knives. Or maybe he's just bad. It's really hard to say sometimes. In the highest levels, genius can look a lot like stupidity. Infiltrator eats my Wolf Rider. He plays a 3rd stealth creature. This guy loves him some stealth creatures. Now, because I chose to use the coin last turn, I don't have the ability to play Boulder Festoger this turn. That's fine, though. We'll pass her the Arclight Spanner. And we're going to go ahead and play this guy. Face for 6 damage. I'm not going to commit this Deadly Poison. to his face just yet. We'll see what happens. Got an Assassinate, which makes me feel relatively secure. Fan of Knives, Backstab, Assassinate. Between those 3 cards, you can handle pretty much anything. The Blood Imp, of course, makes Fan of Knives much less effective, but that's fine. Still a card draw. And Fan of Knives plus Backstab is still 3 total damage, which is, you know, enough to kill most things. And, of course, I have this weapon still. Dark Iron Dwarf on the Panther. Let it kill my Yeti, which I'm more or less okay with, because that means that he could have killed either of these 2 creatures. Obviously, he could have killed the Gnomish Inventor, and the Panther, thanks to the Blood Imp's health buff, would have actually lived. Out comes the Blood Imp, and makes this guy into a Chill Wind Yeti. Alright, we could go for the Doomsayer Gambit, I guess. I don't really see what value I get from that. I can kill this Blood Imp in a variety of ways. Stormwind Knight, Fan of Knives. Backstab will take care of this with the weapon, so it leaves me with all of my mana. Why don't I just use the Boulder Fist Ogre here, then? So we kill that.
Here we go.
Kill this. I got an Ogre and a 2/2. Seems good. He's got 5 cards. I have 6. Soon to be 7. Granted, I've got a Doomsayer, so not really a card. The Doomsayer, unfortunately. Not really a card here. Could have been a Kidnapper or Preparation. Man, I guess Kidnapper would have been better, hilariously. Because then when I got mind-gamed by that priest, I could have actually, like, killed it much more easily than the Doomsayer. I had a Deadly Poison in hand. So it would have been better as a Kidnapper. And here I could actually play it as a 5/3 for 6 mana, which is pretty bad, but hey. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
So many possibilities.
Well, that is very underwhelming, because it'll just die to my Gnomish Inventor. Okay, that was the plan, huh? Void Terror. So what we have here is a 7/5. Well, got a lot of different ways I could kill it. I could Fan of Knives, Eviscerate. I could choose Assassinate. Assassinate is good to keep. Both those things cost the same amount of mana. The Fan of Knives, Eviscerate draws me a card. Assassinate would be good to keep in case you played something big later.
I wonder.
Fan of Knives, Eviscerate would be good to keep if he played smaller stuff later. But I've already got something that can kill small stuff later. So I think I'm going to go for the Fan of Knives, Eviscerate plan. Malagos? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I probably should have thought about that. Malagos makes Eviscerate and Fan of Knives pretty good. Oh my gosh, could I have won the game? Oh my god, I always forget to look for the win. Jeez. I could have played Stormwind Knight and Eviscerate. That would have been 6 damage. He could have been down to... Well, I made the dagger. So actually, yes, he would have been left at 2 health. So I couldn't have killed him, but I should have looked for it. Well, I'm threatening lethal now. Let's see if he's got the Siphon Soul. That's not going to do it. Is there a Defender of Argus incoming here? Actually, even with Defender of Argus, I could actually get past it thanks to Assassinate. He's got a Motion Ward. Alright, well, let's just keep it simple, keep it safe. Get past his Taunter, and killing blow ourselves. This Gul'dan will go to sleep with Valera's blade in his gullet. And that is a fact. I was told recently, I don't know if this is true or not, but I was told recently that the more cards that you play, the more experience you get at the end of the game, which makes sense, I guess. I've noticed that obviously longer games tend to give more experience than shorter ones. I thought that was a function of like the number of turns, but according to some people on my stream yesterday, it's actually a function of how many cards you played, and if that's the case, I think that's bad design by Blizzard, because what that basically does is encourages people to play out their whole hand before they kill the opponent, which is bad-mannered. Now, this has been a topic of some debate on my channel in the comments, where some people thought I was being overly sensitive about bad manners and, like, who cares? Here's the thing. When someone's lost, they're probably not having that much fun. They want to get on to the next game, so when you show your whole hand in a grandiose fashion and then take your time killing them, that's bad-mannered, because you could just kill them and let them move on with their lives, and instead you're making them sit in the game longer. That's why it's bad-mannered. Riverside the Paladin. Now, it's funny. I have this recent history of saying that Rogue is a great matchup against Paladin and then losing. So, perhaps, the theory doesn't get justified by the practice, but in theory, the fact that one use of my hero ability cancels out two of his is pretty good, I think. It's a good tilting point in my favor. I just feel like I've lost so many games against Paladins as a warrior because they just, we get into a top deck war and they overrun the board with minions, and, while I'm getting armor, they're getting extra minions on the field, and I just can't keep up. Doomsayer. Oh, jeez, that's dumb. No, I'm not going to do it. Doomsayer would have been the play if he'd actually played a creature on turn 1, especially if he'd used the coin for it, but I'm not going to just throw a Doomsayer out where all it does is, basically cancels the second turn. Okay, so now we have a very difficult choice. Do we play the Doomsayer as like a tech play to cancel his third turn? No, we're gonna play Scarlet Crusader. Kill the recruit. Notice how cool this is that I could kill the recruit without having to spend mana. Druids and mages cannot do that. And now I can say I'm gonna try to Blood Knight and suck off the Scarlet Crusader. Now it's cool because that Scarlet Crusader could have been a Boulderfist Ogre, and it's actually kind of good that she's not. She's having a strong impact here. Okay, is he going to pop off the Divine Shield with Sword of Justice? He is not. Alrighty. I think we gotta do this.
Glory to the Sindori.
Glory to the Sindori, bitches.
Join or die.
So here we go, we got a 6/6. Now what my opponent wants is just one thing in this world, which is an Outdoor Peacekeeper, to make my guy a 1/6. That's what he wants, that's what he needs. It's what the fair rabbit breeds. And he is going up a card because he's going to be able to kill my Scarlet Crusader with his Sword of Justice.
I wonder.
Alright, that's a 5-drop. The Defend
They'll
Creeper.
never know what.
Nightblade! Who plays Nightblade? Oh my god. And he doesn't attack my Scarlet Crusader. Well, that's going to cost him pretty big time. I can now kill the Nightblade. Hit him in the face. I'm not going to dagger his face because even though a recruit that he makes would be a 2/2 thanks to Sword of Justice, and I wouldn't be able to kill it with my dagger, with the dagger I can backstab and take down a 3 toughness creature for no mana. It's kind of wild. A rogue can take down a 3 toughness creature for
We must
no
cleanse
mana.
this unwell.
And that's just great. It makes it so much easier to keep the Paladin's board under control when you're a rogue. Well, he clearly misplayed. I mean, he should have just killed my Scarlet Crusader. That's just a fact. That's just a fact of life. Okay, Stampede and Kodo has no targets because of Sword of Justice. I never did take any silence cards. Now let's take a look at the situation though. So we can do 10 damage, 11 damage. I don't have any burn here. Probably don't want to do that then. I could play a Doomsayer? What would that do? I don't know what that would do. I mean, then hit 7 and everything would explode. He'd be left with like 11 health. Or 10 health. Let's not overthink this. Let's kill that guy. Hit him for 6. Backstab to get rid of the Divine Shield. Backstab again to deal some damage.
Here we
Kill it with the dagger. Play that. And remake the deck. I mean, I can clear his board, have a dominating board presence, and be fine. Now, I lost a heartbreaking game on yesterday's stream to a Paladin who had Equality Consecration at just like the worst possible moment. I was about to kill him and he had it, and then he actually crawled back and won. It was ridiculous. So that same thing could happen here, but if he doesn't do that, I've got a pretty overwhelming advantage, I think. Well, overwhelming? I don't know. He's got 6 cards and a weapon. I have 6 cards in Doomsayer, which is also known as not a card. Like, that's what the name of this card is. 2 mana, not a card. And so maybe if he clears the board, I could be in trouble. Luckily, he had the Consecration, but not the Equality. Okay. I think we're good here. I can deal what is... Oh, hang on. 6, 8... 12, 13 damage. Can't quite kill him, but we'll just do this. Kill his recruit. Hangity, pingity,
Here we go.
hongity, poo. Threatening lethal now with any creature plus combo to eviscerate plus the dagger will get the job done. Even if you were to play Justice, it wouldn't be enough. I could cancel the Justice heal with this guy, and then the others of my things would be able to kill him off.
My eyes are open.
Alright, he heals up a little bit. Not enough, though, to survive.
For the crusade.
He plays a completely irrelevant creature, which is fine, and a secret. Okay, so the secret might not be irrelevant. I'll have to flush it out with Noble Sacrifice. Actually, I don't even have
Here
to.
we go.
Might as well. It's actually not Noble Sacrifice. It is eye for an eye. Ah, yes.
For Lorthamar.
Now, I was told recently that casting spells to kill your opponent's not a bad manner, but you know what? Old habits die hard. Let's just kill him with creatures. I could have played Doomsayer to combo the Eviscerate. I'm amazed, though. You guys have really made me turn around my opinions of bad manners. I used to get really annoyed at people who would say thank you in response to well played, but lately there's been a spate of people who say thank you in response to well played when I've beaten them, which is just bizarre to me. So I guess that means that if someone beats me and I say well played and they say thank you, that they don't actually mean anything bad by it. It's just what they always say. Personally, as a chess player, well, former chess player, when I was a kid, I played in a lot of chess tournaments. I was rated like 1700 at my peak, which means I could basically like crush anyone, like just like any normal person. I can just crush them at chess. Like if I played you, I could crush you. But in the chess world, it's not really a big deal to be a 1700. It's just pretty mediocre. But anyway, as a chess player, played in a lot of chess tournaments. You know, I just got used to people say good game, and the other person says good game. That's just what you say to each other at the end. Good game. At the beginning, you always shake hands and say good luck. At the end, you shake hands and say good game. So, me as a chess player, like looking back, if I had said good game to someone and they reached out their hand and said thanks, I would have thought they were like a total dick. And I guess I'm bringing that over to Hearthstone. But maybe, you know, I should stop being a grumpkin and just accept this is a new world we live in, new ideas, and perhaps there's nothing wrong with people saying thank you. Now, is there a Defias Ringleader in this deck? Is there a Defias Ringleader? Have I just never been drawing it? Or, I know I've saw some in the draft and I passed on at least one of them. Did I pass on all of them, or did I ever take one? Well, that mystery's not getting solved right now. Don't see much reason to hit him in the face. I'm probably not going to be remaking the dagger anytime soon, because I've got this, and then this, and then this to play. Wow, my opponent has a very slow start. For a druid to shapeshift on turn 3, really, anyone to just use their hero ability on turn 3, even as the first player, is pretty rare. He's probably got a deck like mine, worth just tons and tons of removal. I guess we're about to see if that is the case. If so, the Vengeful Mercenary is going to be very difficult for him to kill. Holy gods! A turn 4 shapeshift. That's just crazy talk. And then he gets a 1-drop out. That's bizarre. Well, can I get a Fan of Knives? I cannot. Well, I can either play this and nothing, or this guy, so let's play this guy. So don't see a reason to smack him with the coins, or with the dagger, so I'll pass the turn. Now, Swipe, he could not quite clear my whole board if he played Swipe. Something would be left with 1 health. Defend Creeper, and I do have Assassinate here. I think Assassinate is perfectly fine to use versus Defend Creeper. Now, the other option is to play the Vengeful Mercenary. Or I could backstab it and Eviscerate, but that's just a 2-for-1 that seems silly. Or I could play the Money Berserker. Well, there's no point in playing the Money Berserker. What am I talking about? Backstab, Stormwind Knight, Dagger. It's 5 damage. I could throw the Imp away. Anyway, the reason I'm considering that is that would let me play the Vengeful Mercenary, which is very difficult for druids to deal with. Druids have a hard time with this guy. I kind of want to play him. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play him.
You gotta be kidding me!
So, Backstab, Stormwind Knight,
Here we
Dagger, Imp. So this is just a perfect illustration. I'm not saying I'm going to win this game. I'm just saying this is a perfect illustration of what I don't like about playing top-heavy druid decks. I mean, obviously this guy's a bit extreme, having nothing on turn 4. Even in my top-heavy druid decks, I'll usually play something on turn 3, where it's a dark day indeed. But, you know, you get your giant thing down and it just doesn't matter, because your opponent has creatures on the board that you weren't able to control because you weren't playing anything, because you're top-heavy, and then that allows them to play their own threats. Kind of going all in on your opponent not having threats of his own to play. And that's not necessarily the case. Just because your opponent's a little bit less top-heavy than you doesn't mean that they're not going to have, you know, 5 and 6 drops. My opponent's in tough shape, especially because I've got all the removal in the universe and a sprint. He's in very tough shape. Does he have a swipe? That's what I want to know. Swipe would let him clear most of my board, actually. He could swipe this, throw the infiltrator at it, shapeshift this. Nope, he's not going to swipe. He's going to do that. He's going to throw that guy away, which makes sense because that guy was going to die to the battle cry of the abomination in any case. Okay, how do we deal with this? Well, all this stuff is going to die to it, and I can't do anything at all about it. So I really might as well just run these guys in. I could, of course, also play this guy to have him become enraged. That seems awfully silly. Coin Sprint would leave me with 9 cards, so I'd actually end up losing a card. No, I'd be fine. I'd draw my 10th card. But there's no point assassinating this because all my stuff's going to die regardless. Okay, so that's it then. We're throwing this in because it's dead anyway. I don't want to enrage my Berserker. That's awfully silly. Now, do I coin Sprint or do I put an extra creature on the ground? I think we need another creature on the ground here. I'll play the Berserker just in case he does play a Sunwalker or something that has a Divine Shield. I want to keep this around. Alright, he drops a pretty good card here. It's going to get him a card up. Wrath is a very good follow-up, letting him finally kill off a Magical Mercenary. The other effect of that, of course, is that my minions now cost normal costs. And I wish I had actually thrown this guy down and had him be enraged, then he could kill the Azure Drake. Bummer. Sprint seems foolhardy here. Let's play it safe. We're going to go ahead and play the Blood Knight. Just eviscerate this thing. Hit him in the face. Remake the dagger. In the face. I could always backstab this Berserker and hit for 5 if needed. For some kind of surprise damage. Ironbark Protector. Well, that's just about the best target in the universe for an Assassinate. Do I want to blow my coin to play No Mission Mentor as well? I think I do, actually. I think that's actually worth it. Assassinate that. Getting more minions on the ground is a worthwhile endeavor. It's 2 extra damage that I've got here, which could make all the difference. So I've got Backstab Eviscerate for 6 damage. This will deal another 2, so that's 8 damage. I can bring down another Ironbark if needed, which I may need to. And he has one of these guys. Okay, so let's think about this. Let us think. Malagos! Okay, so that would make Backstab deal 8 damage. No, that would make it deal 7 damage. Oh, this is too hilarious for words. Malagos. And we Backstab for 7 damage. We take 8 damage to the face. No big deal. You know what? That was foolhardy. I shouldn't have done that. I often say, you can't play around everything, but if it doesn't cost you to play around something, you might as well play around it. He will win the game right now if he has Savage Roar and Force of Nature. There really wasn't any reason for me to play into that. I could have just thrown away one of my little minions and avoided taking 8 damage to the face. Alright, Mark of the Wild is quite clever on Ragnaros. The problem is, even if Ragnaros gets lucky and hits my dragon, which it didn't, I've got Eviscerate here for, 9 damage. So, yeah. We'll do the Loot Hoarder.
Mind if I roll need?
Oh, I don't need to, oh my god. I keep getting bamboozled lately by people playing big minions. I can just hit him in the face. I didn't even need to combo it. I could have just hit him in the face. Because the Eviscerate can do that. I couldn't do it last turn because I didn't have enough mana. This turn, no follow. So Malagos beats Ragnaros. The sort of less classic legendary beats the classic legendary. And that, I think, was just a textbook case of why, in my opinion, top-heavy decks are not the way to go. I've had some people do very well. People tell me they do very well with them, but for me, my style of play, I just can't make it work. You need more removal than that guy had. You need tons of removal to make it work. If you just have like a regular old deck and it's top-heavy, I mean, who gives a poop? That guy played 2 Ironbarks and a Ragnaros, and it just didn't matter. I effortlessly killed him because I had creatures on the board. Okay, this is a bit unfortunate. I start off with a bunch of high cards, and I get more kind of weird cards. I forgot to look to see if I had Defias Ringleader in here or not. Against a Warlock, I'll play this. Mortal Coil just seems so good against me. It seems like I'm always playing with 1 toughness minions. This time, however, things work out in my favor unless he coins into Mortal Coil, in which case I'm going to be very annoyed. Or Void Walker? Okay. The pleasure is mine, motherfucker. Alright. So... I could sap one of these to try to convince him to replay it, but that seems very silly. Let's just eviscerate it. And use my Abusive Sergeant to kill the other one. So I didn't get ahead, but I didn't fall behind either. And, well, I did get ahead because he dealt 6 damage to himself. Now, this is a problem. This is right here. This is bad. I can't do anything. And I cannot eviscerate that Fairy Dragon, or sap it for that matter. Wow, we're making a dagger? Am I going to hit this Fairy Dragon 3 times to kill it with my dagger? I don't think so. We'll just pass and hope I get a deadly poison or a playable creature.
Shields up.
Alright, that's got taunt now. I can't sap it or eviscerate it. Okay, Imp Master's not the greatest thing here, but it'll have to do, pig. It'll have to do. Okay. The problem is I don't have any way to trigger my eviscerate combo to kill this thing. I'd have to play sap first, but I have nothing to sap. Okay, I think that might be my ticket out of here. Alright, so he's going all the way for the face. No, he's not. He's hedging his bets. How fascinating. So, we gotta think about this. I could sap this, eviscerate this, dagger the Fairy Dragon, use an imp on it. I'm at 21 health. And then that's my turn. That's my turn. Alternatively, I could play this to combo eviscerate. Eviscerate this guy. Kill the Fairy Dragon with the imp and a dagger, and then this would be alive and it would be able to kill off one of either the Imp Master or the imp that I make. I could play this guy, which is the biggest thing I've got, but then everything lives. That's too slow? It's too slow. So we're going to have to play the Blood Knight. It's a good thing I top-decked him. It's a creature. Regrettably, there was nothing out here with Divine Shield, so be it. We'll do this. This. Hit him in the face, because there's no reason to do anything else, and pass the turn. So he's got 5 cards to my, what, kind of, sort of 6. Sprint is just, man, even like 1 expensive card in my deck feels just like it's the worst. I really want this to be something I can actually play and do work with. Okay, Yeti, this might be good. This might be the help I needed. As long as it doesn't do anything else. Okay, as long as it doesn't do anything else, good. So what happens here is we sap this Yeti. Do I hit this with a dagger? I think I need to keep everything around that I can. We do this. Hit him in the face. Swing. And do I put Deadly Poison on it now? I'm not going to put Deadly Poison on it now. What am I doing with my mana next turn? Sprinting? Probably not. He's going to almost certainly apply more pressure. I'm going to have to play the Ventricle Mercenary. That will leave me with 2 mana. I can just play the Deadly Poison. So I'm not going to tip my hand, and I'm not going to play into the ooze. If you don't need to play into something, then don't play into it. So back down comes the Chillwind Yeti. Fine. And a Soulfire to kill my Blood Knight, which is unfortunate in the extreme. And he also throws away a crappy card. 100% guarantee you there was something better than that was left in his hand. Do I play the Wolf Rider and Deadly Poison to kill the Yeti? We'll take a little risk. I'm going to play the Ventricle Mercenary. I'm going to hit him in the face. Now, do I play Deadly Poison and hit him in the face? We're going for it. I can always use the other Deadly Poison on a creature if need be. But here I've got 7 plus 3 is 10. 13 damage. I'm threatening the kill. I think I got to do it. I'm kind of feeling a little bit behind here. He's got a big emote. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus. Oh my god. Jesus. Jesus butternut squash Christ. So I can only deal 7 damage now. Doomsayer. Oh my god. Doomsayer. Freaking Doomsayer. Alright, we're doing it, or should I say dooming it, huh? Okay. So what we do here is we play the Wolf Rider. We use that to kill that. We use this to kill that. We just hope he doesn't have 3 damage that he can deal. And I'll remake the dagger. Alright, so he can kill me. He only needs 7 more damage to kill me. He could just kill me this turn. If he kills the Doomsayer, I'm really screwed. But if the Doomsayer can actually kill this Yeti, I'm in good shape. I don't want him to have any charge creatures or any Shadow Bolts or Soulfires. Other than that, I'm fine. Alright, so I'm going all in on this Doomsayer. Big Game Hunter, are you goddamn kidding me? Leroy Jenkins, no! That's not good. He needs one more point of damage and he wins, and he's clearly God or he wouldn't be hitting me in the face. What is it, a Soulfire? Oh no! He just chose to do the damage and have everything die off. That deserves a well played. Alright. Well,
Here we
I didn't have any taunts or anything, so if he has any more charge, he wins. I'm not even threatening lethal, but he almost certainly has the kill, or else he wouldn't have done what he just did.
Well played.
Alright, what you got, buddy? This was a card he was holding on to before. It was a Stormsuck Commando. Oh, what an ignominious way to die. So, both my losses have been to Warlocks, which is very annoying, especially that game. Oh my god, that was an annoying game. He, again, just kind of like the other one, raced me down. I needed a backstab so that I could have taken out those Flame Imps without having to use Eviscerate. And then I would have been okay. Because he played Coin, Flame Imp, and I actually had the answer to it, which was pretty effortless. Eviscerate and my Abusive Sergeant, but he just kept playing stuff and sneaking damage through. I needed like either the more accurate spells or better minions to play under the board to have survived that game. And of course, Sprint was just a dead card. Doomsayer also, if that had been like a playable card, that would have been nice as well. Vice Star 01, the Mage. Always a tough matchup, mages.
You're back.
I'm tempted to keep this Yeti just because I keep having problems having creatures to play, and I will in fact go ahead and do that. Of course, I draw more creatures and expensive ones at that. So this is going to be a little bit tough. If she has a fast start, like with Mana Worms, I could be in a lot of trouble right off the bat. Luckily, there's no turn 1 Mana Worm. I get a Doomsayer. Ah, Jesus. Friggin' A, man. Friggin' A. You know, if I hadn't played the Doomsayer, he would have had to. The Warlock would have had to kill my stuff, but instead, Doomsayer killed all the stuff. Alright, well, we're gonna use Doomsayer. It's a little bit better than a kill for Knife Juggler, and a little bit worse at the same time. It's a little bit worse because if she can deal 4 damage, then, you know, the Doomsayer doesn't work. But it's better because she also can't play a minion, so it's like giving me removal plus robbing her of her 3rd turn minion placement. If it works. Big if. Big if.
What to do?
Arcane Missiles, that's a very interesting play. It really is very unlikely to work. Even if all 3 had hit this, it would still have been at 4 health. Well, then she could have killed it, but that's a 1 in 8 chance. Mirror Image, what? That makes no sense. Oh, I see, she's trying to get Knife Flings onto it. Well, even if both the Mirror Images had hit, it still would have been at 4 health, so at that point, okay. Let's talk about that. I had a Doomsayer, and she cast Arcane Missiles. Now, there's only a 1 in 8 chance that all 3 missiles are going to hit the Doomsayer, allowing the Knife Juggler plus Fireblast to kill it. Now, once only 1 missile hits the Doomsayer, the Mirror Image is guaranteed to fail, because even if both Mirror Images hit the Doomsayer, it's still at 4 health. Now, had she managed to get it so that actually, like, 2 Arcane Missiles hit the Doomsayer, if 2 missiles had hit the Doomsayer, then it would have been at 5 health. And then if both Mirror Images had hit the Doomsayer, then it would have been down to 3 health and the Knife Juggler would have killed it, but that's only a 1 in 4 chance. So even if 2 Arcane Missiles had hit the Doomsayer, it still was a mistake to play the Mirror Image, in my opinion. I think the person just all kinds of screwed things up there. Well, I'm hoping for a target for Stampeding Kodo, otherwise I'll be content to play a
Give me
Yeti.
a quest.
It looks like I'm not going to get a target unless this is a cheap creature. Nope, it's an Arcane Explosion. Wow, it's a pretty good card. Pretty good card. And makes this just out of my reach. Oh god, can I not kill this at all? I hate doing what I'm about to do, but I do this, and either I coin for the dagger or I throw away the Imp Master. We're gonna coin for the dagger. The dagger has other uses. I don't think I can just let a questing adventurer live. Like, I don't want to play a chilling Yeti and just, you know, calmly pass the turn. That seems very foolish. Hopefully she plays something that I can target with Makoto. And she does. Blessed be the day. This is actually a pretty good thing to kill with Kodo. It's a 3-mana minion that's otherwise very annoying to deal with. So I'm pretty happy about this turn of events. Boop. Man, I haven't pulled off a satisfying Kodo kill in a long time. It feels like all the All the Kodo kills I'm on the wrong end of. Well, this game started off kind of weird, but then I got a Doomsayer to kill the Knife Juggler, and the Doomsayer, okay, so the Doomsayer didn't really do much, just in objective terms, except that my opponent misplayed horribly. She wasted Arcana Souls and Mirror Image, both of which would have been quite handy at a later time. So really, that Doomsayer just made her play horribly, and then that's why I won this game. I don't really even know if I would have won this game if my opponent hadn't played so badly around the Doomsayer.
Are you ready for this?
Are you all ready for this? Okay, so now that Frost Nova puts her down another card.
Your magic shall not.
Pretty much needs a Flame Strike to catch up, but she doesn't have it. Well, Flame Strike wouldn't even catch her up. She uses a Flame Strike just to maybe catch up later. Joke's on her, I don't have any spells. She kills off the Imp. We got these buffing cards that do nothing. They buffin' but do nothing. The Betrayal's like a really bad 2 mana deal 1 damage, or 2 mana deal 2 damage and not kill the thing. Awesome. Okay, what we're gonna do is this. I might say, Boris, why did you put this down to 1 health? It'll die to Fire Blast. Well, the reason is that
Here we go.
I want to keep things above Flame Strike level because that's her main way of catching up. So I'd rather have something guaranteed die to Fire Blast than everything guaranteed die to Flame Strike, even though she pretty much demonstrated not having Flame Strike. I don't want to lose to a top deck Flame Strike, and here I'm so far ahead, I can afford to play around ridiculous things like top deck Flame Strikes. I also don't want to take any damage. Alright, so once again, I know I've talked about this before, but once again, just have a quick reminder, everybody. Stealth overrides taunt. So I can attack right past her, no problem. Question is, can I win? We got 2, 4, 8, it's 12, 15, 16 damage. I can't win. Okay, it's fine. Let's then just keep it simple, keep it safe, or throw this away because it's going to die to Fire Blast at some point anyway. Can't really do anything about that Tiger. I could have dealt 2 damage to it with Betrayal, but that's nothing. Play the Dark Iron Dwarf. Swingity blingity. Wait, let's play the Abusive Sergeant too while we're at it. Swingity blingity. Swingity blingity. And I'm feeling pretty comfortable because even if she were to have a Pyroblast, she wouldn't be able to kill me. I'd survive with 4 health and then I'd kill her. A Flame Strike would have let her clear my board, but then I would have sprinted. She will kill off one of my big creatures. The game is now over, so what we do is we cast Betrayal. Let's kill the Tiger. Note that I couldn't have killed the Tiger with Backstab, because Backstab only targets undamaged minions. Oh, my dagger's actually not enough, so I do need to play this Wolf Fighter. Clearly, I'm very good at counting. And well played.
Well played.
Oh, she says well played. Such good graces are rare in this world. So I won that game because she threw away an Arcane Missiles and Mirror Image for okay, not literally nothing. 2 Arcane Missiles hit my face. So she used Arcane Missiles and a Mirror Image to deal 2 damage to my face. So she threw them away for pretty much nothing. They had no impact on the game whatsoever, because that 2 damage to my face was never relevant. So she threw away 2 cards for nothing whatsoever. What she should have done is just hit me in the face with Knife Juggler, pass the turn, Doomsayer fires, kills the Knife Juggler, and she has an Arcane Missile. Now when I had the Imp Master out, the Arcane Missile would have definitely been helpful, and then Mirror Image would probably have been helpful at some point as well. Triple X RGG. I don't know what that means.
Watch
But here we go.
your back.
So I'm mulliganing my removal spells, because, well, they're not Backstab, and I've got lots of removal spells in this game. Very, very happy the Scarlet Crusader was not a Boulder Fist Ogre, because this is a Boulder Fist Ogre, and I'd rather have a Boulder Fist Ogre and a Scarlet Crusader than 2 Boulder Fist Ogres on turn 1, as it is. I actually have a bit of a curve. Depending on how fast my opponent plays, I may or may not be able to pull it off. We'll see. Hi-yup. Hi-yup. Hi-yuppity-doopity-dup. Nothing. Alright, great. Now, there is a drawback to playing Loot Hoarder, which is that it makes Eviscerate harder to combo out on turn 4. AKA impossible. But I feel like it's obviously worth it to play Loot Hoarder versus just playing a Dagger. My opponent has a slow start. Quite remarkable that on turn 2 he has nothing better to do than steady shot, even though he has the coin. The Abusive Sergeant is nice, less for the ability, which I don't think is going to be that relevant right now, more so for the fact that I can combo Eviscerate. But actually, maybe, oh jeez. Are ya goddamned kidding me? Well, that's a load of ball sacks, is what that is. However, we can actually still be okay, card-wise. I'm gonna run this in,
Give me that.
get a card. Doomsayer. Am I gonna gamble that he doesn't have a way to deal 1 damage? I'm not gonna gamble that. We're gonna play Abusive Sergeant
Fight, maggot.
to trigger combo on the Eviscerate. So technically I didn't go down a card, but I had to use a lot of resources in ways I didn't really want to use them. And I did lose a Divine Shield. So I'm gonna say that was a load of baloney dongs. He got a Blood Knight. Well, props to him for realizing the power of the card in the draft and selecting it. That's, you know, why he drafted it, was so he could put it in his deck. This is an extremely good card because it kills both my minions. I want to play the Yeti and make a dagger, but I can't. So I'm going to play the Yeti anyway because I think it's worth it.
Join or die.
And do I waste the backstab here? I think we're going to waste the backstab here. Going down another card. We're going down lots of cards here. So I used 2 cards to kill this and that thing drew a card. All I've got going for me is tempo. Once he clears my board, let's say he has an explosive shot here, he pretty much wins the game. Because he's got 9 cards to my 5. That is disgusting. 9 cards to my 4, excuse me, because his Doomsayer is not really a card. So basically, I'm counting on this Yeti and this Boulder Pistoga to take me all the way to Funky Town with a pit stop in Gravyville. Otherwise, I lose. He's got a Hunter's Mark, which frightens me, because that means he might have a multi-shot or Unleash the Hounds. Kill Command. Okay, he 2 for 1, but it doesn't even matter. Well, okay. So, I'm glad that he 2 for 1 instead of, like, doing something elegant like multi-shot or explosive shot. So, I guess it could be worse.
Join or
Hit him in the
die.
face, and I don't like what this is doing to me, but I'm basically resigned to try to burn him out here. I hope he plays a really expensive 6-mana minion. It's pretty much the only way that I can win here. I don't think I could actually draw enough to burn him out with. He has to play an expensive 6-mana minion. No, 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 no! Oh, no, not Unleash the Hounds. Okay, well, did he save his coin? Does he still have a coin? Oh god, I think he still has a coin. Is he going to coin for Unleash the Hounds? I don't remember if he has the coin or not yet. He is the second player, so I don't think he's used his coin. Has he used his coin? Did I just forget him using? I don't think he's used a coin, so he's got the coin. If he's got Unleash the Hounds, I could be in trouble. Oh my goodness. But if I'm actually allowed to attack with the Ogre and the Scarlet Crusader here, that would be a miracle with him having 9 cards and no answers to either of them. So what does he have for me here? Man. Oh man. This is a very tense moment. A secret? Well, the old saying goes, secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone. That'll be nice later, but not right yet. I think what we have to do is this. I'm gonna dagger up,
Here we go.
hit this hound, see if it's a snake trap. See if he was setting up for snake trap. It's not snake trap. Okay. Gonna fan of knives to kill his minions. It's very important to dagger this thing first so it doesn't get buffed by the buzzard's death. We check for explosive slash freezing trap with the Scarlet Crusader. Or misdirection. It's an explosive trap. Not the biggest deal in the world, actually, the explosive trap. It just kills the Crusader and damages the Ogre. We hit him in the face. Pass the turn. Okay. So what's the situation? He has 7 cards to my 5. 4 if you count the Doomsayer. I want him to play something really big here and leave my Ogre alive. That'd be great. If you could just play like a Sunwalker, please. That'd be fantastic. Okay, Cobra is maybe okay. Is he got a deadly shot to kill this? He doesn't have a deadly shot to kill. He's gonna give taunt to the Cobra to try to protect himself. So I have to use Assassinate here, which is unfortunate because that leaves me without enough mana to do anything. Ooh, Eviscerate. Okay, that was very lucky. So now what we do is this. Eviscerate that. Hit him in the face. Remake the dagger. Okay. This guy had a bajillion cards, but he just couldn't answer a Boulder Fist Ogre. So I would say that even though this looked like I beat him pretty soundly, I actually got very lucky this game. It's not evident just how lucky I got. But I got super lucky that he didn't have an answer to basically 2 creatures. And that's that. I mean, really. If he didn't have it a beast, so he could have triggered the kill command without having to use a Hunter's Mark. So he could have used Hunter's Mark on the Ogre later. That would have made all the difference in the world as well. Finally uses the coin. What is it going to be for? a deadly shot. So he takes a 50-50 chance, and he whiffs. So that's that. Sometimes even bad removal is better than no removal. And actually, even if he had deadly shot my ogre thanks to this wolf rider here, I would have won the game.
Here
Oh, this is
we
bad
go.
mannered. It's a bit bad mannered, but
Well,
I don't know. If the game encourages you to play more cards to get more experience, I mean, if that's true, that means that over time, like over the course of my like, I've played like Jesus over like 1,500 probably games of Hearthstone. Let's actually take a quick look here. Let's take a little field trip. So I have, oh wow, I have over 2,000 wins in Arena and 400 wins in Ranked. So that's like about 2,500 games almost. 2,500 wins. That's not games, that's wins. So if like I've played, let's say another, I don't know, let's say that I win 2 games for every one that I lose, which is giving me very generous odds here. But let's just say that means I would have lost. I would have played like another let's do the math here. 2,500 is 2/3 of. Well, actually, what's a third of 2,500? That's 800. About 800. Okay, let's round up and do 900 because I'm not that good. So if I played another, if I lost another 900 games, no wait. Oh my God, I can't do math. That wouldn't be 2/3. That would be 3/4. Okay, we're gonna figure this out, people. I know you're probably bored and just wishing I would start talking about the game again, but we're gonna figure this out. 2,500 is 2/3 of x. Ah, yes. So we have to multiply by 3 divided by 2. 2,500 divided by 2. That's that's what is that? 1,250. 1,250, and then times 3. 2,500 plus 1,250, so 37,500. Okay, so I'm just trying to estimate. Let's say I've played roughly 3,700 games of Hearthstone. Roughly 3,700 games of Hearthstone. Now, if that is the case,
Here we go.
that would mean that it adds up. Yeah, there we go. All those games where I could have won. Oh, what am I talking about? Of course, we're only talking about games where you win. Okay, so let's say we have like 2,500 games that I've won. Now let's imagine that in like, I don't know, 1,000 of those games, the person just kind of like conceded before I could deliver the killing blow. So in 1,500 games where my opponent didn't concede, I would have gotten a lot more experience. Like maybe like a little that minuscule amount of experience. I don't know what the numbers are, but let's say 10. That's like 15,000 extra experience for playing like extra cards all the time when I'm about to kill my opponent. I don't know, it just seems wild to me, you know? Alright, unfortunately I can't really bring down this Yeti. I mean, I could dagger up, but then I can't combo the Eviscerate. I could backstab Eviscerate, going 2 for 1. Is that worth it? Well, here's the thing. If I backstab Eviscerate, sure, I'm gone 2 for 1. That's true, that's true. But if I let the Yeti kill my Stormwind Knight, that's also going 2 for 1. But then my Yeti can kill his Yeti. Alright, we're going to go for it here. This is a little risky. It's a little bit risky, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to gamble that he doesn't have any Blessing of Kings right now. If he does, I'll have to assassinate it, and then I'll get to kill my Yeti. Wow, I just did a lot of really bad math. I'm going to blame it on trying to do Hearthstone commentary and math at the same time. What does he have for me? Vengeful Mercenary? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, here, there's a couple of different options. Oh, I could Abusive Sergeant, buff the Yeti, trade it for the Vengecoat. And then eviscerate the Yeti, leave myself with an Abusive Sergeant. And a dagger. I could Betrayal to kill the Yeti. The Vengecoat Mercenary then stays. That's, well, then I could actually backstab Eviscerate it and leave myself with a Yeti. And an Abusive Sergeant. So that's the maximal board presence, is Betrayal, Backstab, Eviscerate, Abusive Sergeant. I've spent 4 cards. I will have 2 cards on the board and 1, 2, 3 cards in my hand. So that's 5 total cards to his 5, soon to be 6 total cards with the play. And I've got an Assassinate to deal with anything he might play. I could just assassinate this and then kill the Yeti. Then I've got a damaged Yeti,
So
and I'm up a card. Okay. You know what? I don't know if this is right or not, but I just for some reason feel in my gut that this is the way to go about it.
Get in there! Fight, maggot! Job done.
I don't know if that was right, but I guess I decided that having a little bit more board presence is better than having an extra card. And keeping the assassinate. I guess I just feel like he's gonna play a bigger creature rather than a bunch of little ones. Let's see if I'm right. Well, not if I'm right, but let's see if it works out. It does not work out. Well, now that I've thrown away a backstab and an eviscerate, he does. Okay, never mind. It works out. It works out. With that, it works out for sure. Now we're not gonna Doomsayer here. God, why do I draw the Doomsayer every god dippity damn doozle time? Well, fun fact, if I'd kept the backstab, and if I had drafted Kidnapper, then I could have backstabbed that and played Kidnapper to pop it back into his hand. That would have been very good. But the Doomsayer did win me a game, so whatever. I'm just annoyed that it keeps showing up when it's basically a dead card. Alright, so we've got now, Assassinate put me up a card because he invested 2 cards in one and I killed it. So now I'm 5 cards to 5.
Let me
Up in life, up on the board. He's got the play, so it's got to be a good play or he's going to fall behind.
I'll put it on
Panda is not exactly what he needs. This will just die to the Yeti, and then he makes a recruit.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. So what I could do here is sprint, and then just trade creatures on the board. I'd also play the Archmage and trade creatures on the board. I can play Archmage and hit him in the face for 6, down to 10. That's very risky.
I wonder.
I'm gonna do it. I think it's the move here. It's risky. This is very risky. It's not okay. It's not very risky, but if I trade and I just play an Archmage, I mean it's just a 4/7. He's at 16 health. It's gonna be a long time before I can kill him. This way, you know, he can trade off my stuff. I can dagger, deadly poison. This is 6 damage right here on already. So I just need 4 more damage to kill him. I'm running into life gain, but if he plays life gain, he's not gonna get any better trades. If he plays superior trades, he's not getting life gain. Got Consecration, which makes me regret not having run this into his recruit. If you can play a Dark Iron Dwarf or something to buff the recruit. Okay, so we're gonna do this. What that does is now it lets this Panda kill my Archmage. I see. See what you did there. Alright, well here's what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna play the Imp Master. Dagger out.
Here we go.
Hit him in the face. Pass the turn. Here's my plan, guys. I'm gonna sprint next turn and I'm gonna play Doomsayer if he lets me. If he lets me. So you draw a bunch of cards and you play Doomsayer to stop your opponent from playing creatures. It could be a very strong play. Now, if he plays a bunch of big stuff, I'm going to be annoyed that he didn't do it earlier. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. Yeah, I like this. I can kill that very easily. This is unfortunate. Oh, this is very unfortunate. Never mind, it's not going to work. The Doomsayer will just die. Okay, luckily, however, we still have a pretty good play here. Well, can I play the Doomsayer and sprint? Sprint Doomsayer. I can play Doomsayer Eviscerate to kill that. And like, no, you know what? Yeah, let's just keep it simple, keep it safe, guys. We're gonna dagger up, deadly poison, combo the eviscerate, get rid of his conquer, and now think. I can swing him for 2 down to 8, but that's risky. Why do that? Let's just do this. 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 I can play Doomsayer here to stop him from doing anything. That would also leave my creatures dead. I don't think I want to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm underutilizing Doomsayer here. But he's only got 3 cards, which isn't even that many, and I can try the sprint Doomsayer thing next time. Okay, it's gonna do that to me. Fine. 3, 4, 5 damage. Can't quite kill that, unfortunately. No Mission Venter. Well, I think it's sprinting time. I've got enough health. I think I should be able to make it. There's the Malagos. Alright, I could defend knives and throw everything at it, but why not drop the Doomsayer? The nice thing about the Doomsayer here is that he now has to kill the Doomsayer.
Let the dark in.
He's got to kill it. He can't hit me in the face. I'm pretty sure he can't kill me. He can't deal 12 damage to me with 3 cards. Well, he could, but it's very unlikely. So he has to redirect 5 damage to kill this Doomsayer. He's gonna play a 1 mana cycle. Okay, he's gonna cycle 2 cards. This looks very fancy, but I was gonna assassinate this thing anyway, so it's not a big deal. So it's just 2 1 mana cycles is not relevant. And he's gonna consecrate to clear my board. Okay, so he did manage to get rid of the Doomsayer, but job achieved. I used the Doomsayer to, you know, not completely waste him. And now we can play Malygos. 7 damage is conveniently just enough to kill that. And then I can kill that. I got enough health too. He's not gonna kill me with 2 cards when I'm at 13 health. And we got this Malygos here, which is very difficult for Paladins to kill, with pretty much nigh impossible for Paladins to deal with that. He can peacekeep it, but obviously it's not the 4 power of this dragon that makes it a problem. 6 damage to all enemy minions and draw a card. Seems fair. Seems fair.
They are bend to my command.
They are bend to my command. Yes,
Reporting
yes,
for
yes.
duty.
This seems like a fine time to fan of knives. And I think I might as well do this combo.
Crusade! Glory to the Sindora!
I mean, really, the only way a Paladin deals with this is via equality. Yeah, equality. Equality is the Paladin's only answer to this. And then a charged creature, or recruit, or consecration, or avenging wrath, or something. It's just no other way to deal with it. Avenging wrath. Alright. He's desperate. I don't know, begrudge him for using avenging wrath here. I mean, he might as well. He's got it. Blessing of wisdom. Well, that's cute. So this guy is weird. He had some very good cards, like avenging wrath. But he also had 3 blessings of wisdom. Now, I don't know, but I've been told having 3 blessings of wisdom is a little bit old. That's a poor rhyme. Having 3 blessings of wisdom is unforetold. Having 3 blessings of wisdom is foolhardy and bold. Whatever. Anyway, it's just a mistake is what I'm trying to say. I really can't imagine a draft going so badly that the answer is to take 3 blessings of wisdom. I mean, it's possible if you get, like, you know, if you take 1 because you think it's a fine card to have 1 of, and then you get, like, Grimscale Oracle, Murloc Raider, and Blessing of Wisdom, like, alright, fine, I'll take another Blessing of Wisdom. And then you get, like, you know, Magma Rager, Core Hound, and Blessing of Wisdom. Maybe that's the least of all evils.
Ask for it. Watch.
Alright, Jafu the Mage, great name for a mage. All this stuff is cute. I need creatures and backstabs. It's pretty much all I want in my opening hands is creatures and backstabs. Why always with the sprint? Every game, every dang game, we get the sprint. And it was good against that Paladin, but every dang game we gotta have a sprint. Why? Okay, so luckily we can kill that mana worm barring any mirror images.
It's time for
Yep.
a little blood.
Very well, very well, very well. Now, would you kill it with Deadly Poison or Wolf Rider? Well, I think the answer is very clear. You kill it with Deadly Poison. In fact, I'm gonna kill this Berserker first. And then, unless again there are any mirror images forthcoming, I can just kill this later and take a little bit less damage that way.
We must cleanse
Got
the sun.
Shattered Sun Cleric. Which is unfortunate because now this is 4, so it doesn't die to Deadly Poison. Same thing would have happened with the Amani Berserker, FYI, so it's not that big of a deal. Right, what do we do here? Well, I think definitely we're playing the Wolf Rider no matter what, so let's just play that. And then, what?
Here
I'm gonna
we go.
just do this. It's not really going hard down because I used the Deadly Poison to kill 2 things. And I used Deadly Poison plus Wolf Rider to kill 2 creatures, and a Backstab to kill Shattered Sun Cleric. So we basically come out totally even,
Apple on your head.
is what happens here. She has a slow turn on turn 4. She has no 4-drop, just a Knife Juggler. I mean, it's a good 2-drop, but it's not that effective against an Gnomish Inventor.
Job's done.
Alright, let's see if she gives me something I can Kodo. If she gives me a creature to Kodo, I think I'm going to actually pull away with this game. Frostbolt and pinging the Gnomish Inventor is something I'm downright thrilled with because honestly, I mean, she's making no forward progress with that. Alright, well, Sword Crusader is a very timely top deck. We'll play it and eviscerate this Knife Juggler. And I might say, Boris, why'd you do that? Well, I don't want this Knife Juggler hitting me anymore, because I don't want to lose the game because she gets me down to 16 health and happens to have 2 fireballs. Like, I don't want to lose the game for that reason. I want to preserve all my health. At this point, of course, I don't have any of my Assassinates, which I used to get so frequently. Luckily, Backstab. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this Backstab's saving my bacon here.
Join or die.
Otherwise, I would have just been screwed like the Dickens. So, okay, so 4 cards to 5. Okay, this is dead, so 4 cards to 4. I really need this Kodo to hit a target. Or for her to have such a slow turn, I can just sprint. Flame Strike. Okay, Flame Strike's fine. So she gets a 3-1, but then I sprint. Now, she's kind of ahead here because she's ahead on health.
Job's done.
She's behind on cards, but she's got the play, and the health gain matters because she's a mage. Again, if she lobs 2 fireballs at me, she pretty much almost wins. Okay, so we have a Boulder Fist Ogre and a ping. Well, the move here is sapping my own Boulder Fist Ogre. Now, you might think, Boris, why not Assassinate and Itmaster? We need to get some presence on the board. It's nice here because the answers that a mage has to this are Polymorph and Fireball. She can't play that and replay her Ogre, so she has to pick and choose. And again, if she just gives me any target for the Kodo, pretty much even the worst, like most mediocre creature, target that with the Kodo, and I'm gonna come out ahead. This is very clever. Now the Abomination, if I run my Ogre into it, will kill my Ogre. I could assassinate this, but then I don't have an answer for her own Ogre. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna assassinate that, hit her in the face, and play the Itmaster. So if she plays the Boulder Fist Ogre now, I can just use mine and an Imp to kill it off, and that's good enough. Now, if she Flame Strikes again and then plays the Ogre later, I just have to hope I will have drawn my second Assassinate by that point. Which is a Blizzard. Well, it's actually better than a Flame Strike, because even though it's 1 minute cheaper, it keeps a couple of my creatures alive, and that's pretty important. Now, she can ping this Ogre to death. I wish I had some healing in this deck. I don't. It's a shame. But, with this... You know, next turn, maybe I can combo and Eviscerate. That'll be 6 damage. That almost kills an Ogre. That plus an Imp will do the job. Doomsayer is being very ineffective here. Oh boy, this is quite the tense back and forth matchup here. She could ping and play the Ogre. Then I combo Eviscerate, use an Imp to kill her Ogre, and I've got the Archmage still alive. Is that what she's going to do, or does she have anything better to do? She plays Water Elemental. Well, that's even better. Combo Eviscerate will just straight up kill this. Never mind, I still have to throw the Imp away, but I've got the Kodo now, so I can actually throw the Kodo down, and I've got the Assassinate ready to go for that Ogre when it drops. Perfect. Wait a minute, did I really miscount? Oh, yeah, I miscounted. Right. Well, that's okay. We're just going to do that and that. They were both going to die anyway, whatever. I got mana left over. I'm not going to play Doomsayer, so we're going to hit her in the face, make a dagger. This is a very tense game. Very tense indeed. Maybe I would have been more accurate just to use the Assassinate against it. I don't know.
I got the best deal.
Oh no, she's going to make spells. She would not have played this unless she was going to play spells right away. She's going to Arcane Intellect to get 3 cards. It's like a miniature sprint. Does she have anything else? Or just a ping? Just a ping. On my Kodo, preparing it presumably for a Flame Strike. Malagos. Oh god, can I afford to play this? I wish I'd taken that Conceal. Stop it from dying to Polymorphs. I mean, Polymorph is pretty much the only answer that I can think of that a mage would have to this. Would she really not have polymorphed my Archmage, knowing the Archmage can just kill this Gadgetzan Auctioneer? 7, 8 damage is what I can deal. Boy. Alright, we're gonna play it. And I will kill the Auctioneer. So if she has Polymorph, she has Polymorph. If she has whatever other stuff, she has other stuff. I can't even use this guy's ability yet, but I had no other creatures to play. Could have assassinated the Auctioneer, but I need to save the Assassinate for the Ogre that I know she has. She's a Flame Strike. Well, that means she's not playing Polymorph at least. That's good. This guy's 4 power and like high survivability actually are kind of relevant. Oh my god, are you kidding me? If that's a Vaporize. If that's a Vaporize, you know what? If that's a Vaporize, it's a Vaporize. I'm not even gonna be mad if that's a Vaporize. If that's vaporize, it's vaporize. Let's check if it's a maybe mirror entity. It is, okay, it's a mirror entity. Fine. Am I gonna assassinate this thing? Well, it's definitely hit her in the face. Am I gonna assassinate that thing? I mean, if she hits it with the Yeti, it's down to 4 health. At that point, lots of different things could bring it down. If she plays an ogre, though, I have lethal damage. We're gonna go for it. I'm gonna assassinate the Yeti. The ogre's useless. She's already used her blown her Defender of Argus. Hopefully, she doesn't have any more of them. Without taunt, that ogre doesn't mean a damn thing. She has Lord of the Arena. I can dagger that. Fortunately, I
One shot.
don't get to kill her. You know, it would be nice if I would have drawn one of my spells, like Backstab or Eviscerate, but nope, that can't happen. Okay, so here, unfortunately, this Betrayal will only deal 3 damage to the Lord, so even daggering it, I don't kill it, so I have to use the Yeti to kill it. Use the Yeti, and then I get her down to 3 health. I don't want to dagger this thing, because I don't want to put myself in range of Pyroblast or Double Fireball unnecessarily.
So many.
But you know what? If I leave this thing alive, then it's gonna get pinged and hit me for 8. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna have to dagger that. I'm gonna dagger that arena guy. It's sad, but this is basically like a Yeti. So, well, no. I want to give myself outs. I want to make it so that if I draw an Eviscerate, I win with that thing in play. I'm not gonna play the Doomsayer here, so if she has Pyroblast or Double Fireball, then she wins. So be it. I figured that was better than letting her keep the Worgen alive, or just not dealing any damage to her. She has an Ogre, and what else? An Arcane Golem, a Heart of Golem. Okay, so she didn't have the kill.
Well played.
Whew, that was really one of the better games I think on my channel. I'm not saying better in the sense of like I played it perfectly and my opponent played it perfectly. I'm pretty sure I made some mistakes, but just in terms of excitement and tense action, that was a real back and forth ride. It was hard to tell who was going to win in the end. So Malagos definitely helped as a 4/12 for 9 of all things. And Sap, I think, was also a star. I mean, I sapped that Boulder Fist Ogre, and it pretty much never came back down until the last turn when it was already too late.
Valera.
Little Short Ass. Little Short Ass. That's a great name. Alright. So we're going to keep the Backstab for Flame Imps. Everything else can go. Got a 2-drop, which is more than I can hope for from this deck. Leopard Bone. Is that worth backstabbing? Is that worth... I don't think it's worth backstabbing. Let's just pass the turn and see what he does on turn 2. Because if he doesn't do anything, I'll just dagger it. If he does something else, you know, I might need to take evasive measures. Okay, so this is going to be one of those games. Alright. I want to play the Berserker, but that seems a bit foolhardy. I'd rather kill these guys. With Doomsayer? That's too risky. If he has a Shadow Bolt in these guys... Well, no, hold on. To kill the Doomsayer, if he has a Crazed Alchemist, then I'll lose. But I'm willing to do that. I mean, how many times do people play Crazed Alchemist? I'm going to play Doomsayer. Either he has to run both Leper Gnomes into the Doomsayer and kill it with a card from his hand, which means I'm not taking damage from the Loot Hoarders this turn, so I can save up some damage. Or he's going to, you know, just hit my face and die. No, he's going to Soulfire. Okay, so he didn't play any minions this turn. He had to use attacks from both Loot Hoarders. It's fine. And so now what I can do is I can stab one, dagger the other one. So I'm down pretty low, and then point into a Berserker. And so he's got a little bit of a life lead, but I'm ahead on cards. 5-4. And I can play a pretty good card next turn. Also, I got him to use a Soulfire on Doomsayer, which is its own little victory. Okay, so he's life tapping to go Eagle on cards, which I'm totally fine with because it means he didn't have a good 4-drop. And he passes the turn, so he had a blazing fast start double Leper Gnome, but then he just couldn't follow it up. What am I doing next turn? Probably Dagger, Deadly Poison, Eviscerate. Probably. So I might as well use my Dagger on the face because I'm going to remake the Dagger next turn. I mean, what am I doing at 5 mana? I can't play the Ogre. Alright, that begs for a sap as long as I draw something else I can play. Soulfire on a Dragon the Mechanic, no, on the Berserker. Throwing away an Argent Commander, I'm pretty happy to see that. Eviscerate, that's lame. Sapping this just doesn't do any good to me. Now this is 8 damage, plus 4 is 12, he's down to 11 health. I'll do this, because at least this puts a Deadly Poison in my hand. Which can help me next turn to deal with the board situation after playing an Ogre. I really wanted to use Sap, I really did. I just didn't have anything else to do with my mana, and Sap's not a good answer to things if you don't have anything else to do with your mana. Swamp Ooze, are you goddamn kidding me? Fleshing Ghoul is clever, because that, you know... Oh man, really? A Mortal Coil? That's insult to injury. Insult to injury. Malagos. I'm gonna take a small chance here. I'm gonna play the Ogre. I mean, this Ghoul can almost take care of the Ogre, but I have to chance it because maybe if the Ghoul doesn't take care of the Ogre and he doesn't have a way to kill it this turn, having this on the board can make a huge impact. Play a big creature. 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 Play another Spiteful Smith. No! No, that's not good. Oh god. He's actually gonna kill my Ogre. Or not! He could have Demon Fired this and then the Ghoul would have killed it, but he's going for the Burnout victory. I don't know if that's the right play, to be totally honest with you, but that's what he wants to do. Let's see, we got 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 4 is 13. Can't quite kill him. So I have a variety of options, a variety of ways of killing him. Let's think. I want to sap the Raid Leader. Oh, do I really even want to sap anything? Might as well just save sap for something better. Yeah, let's do this. I don't need to combo. Let's just do that. Do that. Kill the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Make a Dagger. Hit him in the face. I'm going to try to ride this Bolt of Festoger all the way to victory. My opponent clearly doesn't have an answer to it. He missed his chance. He could have 2-for-1 to Demon Fire and Flesh-Eating Ghoul to kill that Ogre off, but he missed his chance, so now this could just kill him. Alright, he's life tapping. That's desperation when I got 7 damage on the board. Flame Imp, that's extreme desperation. I think he's just giving up at this point. Oh, it's very bizarre. He has something that could have saved him a turn if he didn't also take 5 damage to himself. Very bizarre play here. At 8 wins, but we'll take it. So I finally managed to beat a Warlock. So I played 4 Warlocks in this arena. Quite remarkable. I guess they're becoming more popular. 2 of them beat me. Those are my 2 losses. And then the other 2 I beat. Although there were a couple of other games that came close. So that could very well be just a statistical anomaly due to small sample sizes. Is the reason why I am losing to Warlocks and nobody else. Well, 9 wins, just like that. Rogue is, in some ways, my worst class. I'm going to take a look at my stats sheet. Of course, the stats might get bumped a little bit now. It's the class with whom I've played the fewest arenas. It's also the class with whom I have the lowest average or tied for lowest average. 6.1 wins per average with Rogue. In 33 plays, 6.1 win average. That's tied for lowest with Warlock, and barely better than Druid, who just has, or barely worse than Druid, who has 6.2. And then after that, it actually jumps a bit. It jumps to 6.5 with Priest, and 6.7 to Paladin. So it's actually quite a big deal. All right, we have this god-awful opening hand that's good for nothing. My Dagger doesn't kill most of his totems. It's actually a really rough start. I can kill his stuff if he plays just like the absolute perfect things for me to kill, but otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. So make a Dagger, we'll sit on it. Don't see any reason to hit him in the face. If he does make the 1/1 totem, you know, it'd be nice to have the Dagger on hand. And if the Imp Master can survive, that can kill totems. But he's not interested in totems, he's interested in 3-drops. Unbound Elemental. Oh boy. Well, if I could combo Eviscerate, that'd be great, but I can't. So we're just going to play an Imp Master and hope for the best. Backstab Dagger does not kill this thing. Backstab Eviscerate seems a little bit extreme. I'd much rather he plays like a 2 toughness minion and I can backstab it and eviscerate this and be totally happy. Odds of that seem small though. I bet he's playing another 3-drop now. He's playing a Stormforge Dex, which will make this 3-5. And he's going to actually use that to kill the Imp Master. That also stops him from being able to backstab it. I could still kill him with a combo to eviscerate, but I don't have anything to combo it with. Brother. Oh my gosh, this is just the most awkward thing. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to bite the bullet. We're going to play this guy. This is just awful. We're going to do this, this, and this just to kill that thing off. Just that's so much effort to kill a 3-drop that puts him in such a huge lead. But at least he's overloaded, so that's something. Slightly more likely to play something for my Kodo to kill. And I do have these removal spells still. You can obviously use this to kill my Stormwind Knight, so it's 6 cards to 5. It could be anyone's game. Yes! Okay, that's actually really huge. Really huge. Hopefully it doesn't have any 1-drops or anything. I can play a Kodo and kill this off. That's a very big deal. That gets me right back into this game. I did not want to attack his face because there's still a chance he'll make a 1-1 totem, and on top of that, I'm not going to remake the dagger anytime soon because I'm going to be playing the Ogre or Assassinate, depending on what he plays. Whew. Mad Bomber. Well, this is not likely to be super relevant unless all 3 were to hit my Kodo. Luckily, just 1 hits. That's pretty good. Okay. Rockbiter weapon. So he didn't even need the Mad Bomber's help to kill this. But he's going to get the Kodo to die. At least it ate a removal spell and the last tick of the weapon, so I'll call that a victory. Alright, we're going to play the Boulder Fist Ogre now. And of course, backstab the Mad Bomber. Don't see much reason to hit this. If he plays a Healing Totem or a Taunt Totem, I'm not going to be able to finish it off with my dagger anyway. Now, if he has a Hex, he has a Hex. But I still have tons of removal, so I can remove a lot of his stuff while I wait for my other creatures to be drawn. Like Malagos and Archmage. No, he doesn't have either of those. He just has Priestess of Elune, which is terrible because it'll die to a combo to eviscerate. Can I please get a 5 or less mana minion? No, I got Malagos. If only I had this with Harrison Jones, I would have totally played him. Oh boy. Well, this is less than ideal, but I don't want to damage my Ogre, so we are going to Fan of Knives to turn the combo on for Eviscerate to kill that off. Dagger now kills off this. I have 2 mana left over conveniently to remake my Dagger and hit him in the face with my Ogre. So he seems not to have a Hex. He seems not to have a Hex. That's good news for me. Play a really big creature with all of your mana. That will let me assassinate it. And then maybe remake my Dagger and hit you in the face with my Ogre. The more this Ogre hits him, the better off I'll be. Booty the Bodyguard. Well, that will combo with the Eviscerate if I can just get a card that costs 6 mana or less. Because none of these cards really work. Yes, that works. That's good enough. Okay, we're going to play the Loot Hoarder. Combo with the Eviscerate. So this is a game where I'm getting a little bit lucky. I'm getting lucky in that, I'm going to take the time to kill that thing off. In that he doesn't have removal for the Ogre, and he keeps playing, like, expensive 4 toughness minions. He played a 6 mana minion with 4 health, and then he played a 5 mana minion with 4 health, and I had 2 Eviscerates, so it is very fortunate what is happening here. When I complained that my opponents beat me because of bad luck, I think it's only fair that I should point out when I am winning due to good luck. Okay, Loot Hoarder will kill that Taunt Totem off. Dark Iron Dwarf is who cares. Betrayal doesn't make a difference. You know what? If he doesn't have Hex, I might as well just play that guy. And I might as well kill the Dark Iron Dwarf. Okay, yep. That's a wrap. Well, Malagos has been really good. Harrison Jones would have been good there also as a combo trigger earlier, but it ended up not mattering. I had all the things that wouldn't work to trigger combo in my hand, and I kept drawing other things. That's fine. Gotten to play Malagos a lot. I've gotten Sprint in like every damn game. And Doomsayer was not in that last game, mercifully, but at least... But not at least what I'm talking about. But he has been in every other game, which is like very irritating to deal with. Gotten some good uses out of Doomsayer. He's not totally awful, but I would still rather have a different epic than Doomsayer. Abusive Sergeant. Now that's a card I don't see too much. This is a nice mulligan decision. I drew a bunch of creatures, which is improbable given how spell heavy this deck is. Now I can play the Abusive Sergeant. It's nice. It is nice being a rogue against shamans because if I play this guy, you know, and he gets a regular totem, I can just kill it. But if he gets the 1/1 totem, I don't have to worry about my creature dying. I can just dagger it. Good times. So I've got 3/4 as a curve, and making a dagger as a rogue is pretty good because it sticks around and you can get free damage with it. So I'm not going to go for the face here or anything. I'm pretty content just to take it slow. some wrath for him to suffer. Let's see what he's got here. Hopefully not another Unbound Elemental. That, Harvest Golem, and Scarlet Crusader are the cards I at least want to see. Actually, Scarlet Crusader is okay. Harvest Golem I don't want to see, though, because I can't deal with it effectively. This is okay. This is fine. I'll just kill it with my Booster Charge and then a Tick of the Dagger. Now, it's not exciting. Ooh, I could use Backstab and a Tick of the Dagger. Yes, I will do that. That's right.
Here we go.
Keeping the creature on the board is worth it. Forked Lightning is not even good here. I'd love it if he Forked Lightning. All it does is pop off the Divine Shield and overloads him on turn 5 for 2 mana, which is a big deal. I'm going to keep the coin, it looks like. I'm probably going to play this on turn 4 unless he does something remarkable. Oh god, does he have a Forked Lightning here? He actually has a Forked Lightning. Well, what that does is make it so that this plus my dagger doesn't kill the thing. So I can't just casually play the Gnomish Mender unless, of course, I get another Backstab. Woo! Wow! Wow! So this is 2 for 1-ing myself, certainly, but it's well worth it because he's overloaded. He can only play for 3 mana. He's got 5 cards. I'm still ahead. I've got 5 cards and the coin and a dagger in my hand. And I can coin it at a Boulderfist Ogre. The last Shaman didn't have a Hex. Let's see if this one does. It's worth coining into an Ogre to find out. He actually has a very slow turn 5. Nothing doing over here. Leper Gnome. Who plays Leper Gnome? Okay, well. Oh wait, I can Fin and Knives. What am I doing? We're playing this Ogre. I mean, yes, if he has a Hex, that's sad, but I'm not going to play around him having 1 common card for 5. If he has it, then he has it. It was going to happen regardless. I might as well put the pressure on him and pretty much almost win the game or get an outstanding lead if he doesn't have it. Man, playing this run really makes me remember why I loved Boulderfist Ogres so much. They are just so good. And that 7 health versus the 6 health of some other 6 toughness minions really does matter. He had the he had the Hex for it, but whatever. Taste my steel. I have a feeling I'm actually gonna remake the dagger next turn because I can't Malagos just yet. Might as well hit him in the face then. He's got 5 cards to my quote-unquote 7, but some of these are awfully situational, and this one's a 0/1 frog, so I'm not gonna give myself too much of an edge here. Okay, I can Fan of Knives and Eviscerate to kill that Senjin. Seems like a pretty good plan. I could also combo Eviscerate and Dagger, but what am I comboing the Eviscerate with? Nothing but Fan of Knives, so let's just Fan of Knives then. It's a very good draw, actually. I Dagger this totem. Notice how good it is to be able to deal a damage without having to spend any mana. And now I actually regret that I hit him in the face last turn because I might not remake the Dagger this turn. Well, wait, it's only 8 mana. Never mind. I'll remake the Dagger this turn almost certainly. It's fine. He wants Lightning Storm, so he had the Hex, which was the 1 card needed first to kill my Ogre. Now the other 1 card that he needs is Lightning Storm. Okay, fishes for spell damage. It smells like a Lightning Storm.
Bring me steel.
Master Swordsmith.
Pay
And
attention,
okay, so
class.
no Lightning Storm here. And the totem is kind of annoyingly getting the buff. Well, I'd like to combo the Eviscerate, but I can't unless I use Betrayal. Oh, that's actually pretty good, isn't it? So we're going to Betrayal to take advantage of the Master Swordsmith. Combos the Eviscerate to kill the Violet Teacher. I can now... So there's a pair of 1/2s here. Let's just do this and this and rage my guy and hit him in the face. Now, if he had a Lightning Storm, I'm pretty certain he would have used it last turn. I'm gambling he doesn't have one. And if he doesn't have a Lightning Storm, this is a very strong board. Now, Fire Elemental to kill this would also be pretty good. Then I have a hard time dealing with it. But I'd play Malagos and hide behind my frog. I don't know, it's tense. There's quite a lot of stuff you could have that would be very, very good.
Yeah, you gotta be kidding
Vengeful
me.
Mercenary. Alright. Not a big deal. I am A-okay with that 100%. Doomsayer is cute and all, but we're going to play Malagos now. There's something about this, the way he says it, that makes it seem like he's mentally challenged. Is anyone else here like, he's like, I am the essence of magic. Like, he's not, like, 100% there. Anyway, I could use this and the dagger to kill the Ventrico, taking 7 damage to the face. Or I could 2-for-1.
So
I'll take 7
many.
damage to the face.
Here we
Seems
go.
fine. Keep my creatures alive. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a Lightning Storm or he would have used it. Last turn I had a bunch of 2 toughness minions, so Lightning Storm would have been a guaranteed kill to everything. So now he wants a second Hex. Does he have a second Hex? If so, congratulations. But if not, I might still win. I have 5 damage. Plus, well, if this is gone, another 4. That's 9 damage. So he's at 3 health, basically. Fire Elemental to kill the Gnomish Inventor. And a Hex. No, Wolf Rider. Sorry, the arrows point at the wrong things. No Hex. So the Bolt of Fist Ogre was good because it baited out a Hex. Flame Tongue Totem. Doesn't matter. We are going to kill him with an Eviscerate.
Are you ready for this?
10 damage Eviscerate. La-dee-dee. He sounds mentally challenged. You are finished! Like he's not opening up his mouth enough to enunciate or something. Anyway, now that I'm done being horribly offensive, we've been chatting, having a good time, you and I, and just like that, we're at 11 wins. Guess what, guys? I have never been to 11 wins with Rogue before, so this is a landmark situation. And of course, if I've never been to 11, that means I've also never been to 12. So I'm fighting for my first time ever getting to 12 wins with a Rogue. Rogue is actually one of only 2 classes with whom I've never made it to 12 wins, the other class being a Druid. But with the Druid, I've made it to 11 wins 3 times and to 10 wins once. Rogue, I've just made it to 10 wins twice. So Rogue is like my least performing class, not only in terms of my overall average, but in terms of my ability to make it above 9 wins. Yeah, Rogue is actually the class with whom I have the fewest, nope, never mind, tied for fewest, reaches beyond 9. Mage, interestingly, I've also made it beyond 9 just twice, once to 10 wins, once to 12. But I've made it to 9 wins 10 times as Mage and only 4 times as Rogue. Okay, well, I think it behooves me to keep this Doomsayer. Actually, I'll just keep the Stormer Knight. I mean, this deck is so spell heavy. I might as well just keep my minions, especially because they're removal. They double as removal. And I got a backstab, which is just lovely. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Cointify String Leader, because a Doomsayer would probably kill them. Okay, so I could throw away the Doomsayer for tempo and have her not play anything on turn 2, but if I'm going to do that kind of a tempo play, I'd much rather do it later. Giving up her second turn is not that big of a deal. Oh man, please don't dagger here. Please actually do something. Please do something. I actually don't want her to have a slow turn. Okay, she decides to make a creature. Great. So I could use the Wolf Rider to kill it, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill it with the Doomsayer. I'm going to save my backstab, save my Wolf Rider. So the reasoning is, as I've explained before, this not only kills her creature, but it stops her from doing anything on her third turn. Now she could kill it if she has an Eviscerate. She could dagger, coin, Eviscerate, and kill the Doomsayer. Oh god, she's got something here. She's got a backstab. Okay. And she's gonna hit it, and a Wolf Rider. Interesting. Well, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good way of dealing with the situation. So I've got a couple of options here. I could Deadly Poison, backstab, Wolf Rider. That seems really good, actually. Deadly Poison to kill that, backstab to kill that, Wolf Rider hit her in the face. That's pretty good. Another option, I could play this, kill the Wolf Rider, stay at 2 health, backstab, dagger that thing.
So many.
Or I could... Oh wait, this makes a lot more sense. Whoa. I could hit this and with the Storm of Night and dagger it. This would then be at 3 health, and then I could backstab the wolf, even though that seems emotionally less appealing because it doesn't feel good to backstab a 1 toughness minion. It's actually better. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'd rather have a 2-3 than a 3-1 on the board for my opponent to deal with. And the side perk is I managed to use my more expensive card, giving me more flexibility in future turns, which is all good stuff. So smoke has cleared what's happening. 6 cards to 5, soon to be 6. Wow, we're dead even. That Doomsayer didn't really get me ahead. And it's a Chauvin Yeti. Great. Well, I could do this and Deadly Poison. However, then I don't get to play another card. So we're going to play Scarlet Crusader.
For the crusade!
Waste a tick of Deadly Poison.
Here we go.
Kill off this Yeti. That's unfortunate. But we are coming up on turn 6 and basically nothing's happened except for a bunch of smoke clearing. I can play Boulder Festoger next turn. Or an Archmage to try to bait out Assassinates. That's also a possibility.
Glory to the
Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus! Oh my god! On a pony with cheese. Are ya goddamn kidding me? That's twice now my Scarlet Crusader got Blood Knighted. Freaking ridiculous. I'm playing with a Scarlet Crusader and a Blood Knight. Scarlet Crusader is a common. Blood Knight is an epic. You would think playing with a Scarlet Crusader and a Blood Knight, you are more likely to Blood Knight someone else's Scarlet Crusader than you are to have your Scarlet Crusader be Blood Knighted, but no! No. Okay, well, I think this game is going all the way over to the dogs. We have to assassinate that. Can't play Wolf Rider, don't have enough mana. Might as well hit her in the face. This is just over. It's just all the way over now. Well, I could have put a Wolf Rider on the board instead of a Scarlet Crusader. And I could have left myself with a 2-3 instead of a 3-1, but I figured, well, a 3-1 with Divine Shield is better than a 2-3. Oh my goodness. Fake out the rogue. Oh, thanks. Game. Thanks a lot. Well, we're hanging in there. She's got 6 cards to my 2, but maybe if she plays like 2 Divine Shield creatures in one turn and I can Blood Knight them, you never know. You never know. Maybe she'll play Argent Squire, Scarlet Crusader, Argent Squire. I don't know. Look, I'm not the one who makes up the rules. Bamity, 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 bamity. That's not Divine Shield stuff. That isn't Divine Shield stuff. You are not playing stuff with Divine Shield. Come on, Argent Squire. Double Argent Squire with your last 2 mana. Oh, that's not an Argent Squire. That isn't an Argent Squire at all. I can actually come back with Fan of Knives. Oh, man. Archmage Fan of Knives would have cleared out almost everything and drawn me a card. But instead, Sprint. Good old Sprint. Sprinter doodle doo. Can't quite kill myself, but I'll come as close as I can.
Well played.
Well played. Oh. Tried to get to 12 wins, got Blood Knighted. Now, a lot of you are probably saying I could have assassinated the Blood Knight. I could have. Assassinated the Blood Knight, but I figured I'd try to kill Boulder Festoger. When you're behind, you gotta take risks. And that risk did not pay off. And I did not have a Defiance Ringleader in here. I did, in fact, pass on all of those guys. Probably to get an extra Eviscerate, which I don't really mind, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe. This is a lot of money, holy cow. What is this? This is 355, 350, 415. Well, that's a lot of money. I'm above 10,000 gold. I will actually, that was so much money. I'm actually gonna stay above 10,000 after I buy my next arena ticket. That's crazy. 415 gold. And a really good pack. 2 rares, a golden common, and an epic. Okay, guys, what do you think this is? But odds are this is a legendary. I need a new legendary. Nope, it's just regular common. Well, anyway, I can't complain about that. That's a lot of dust. So I got a lot of gold and a lot of dust. Really can't complain. Already had the Gore Howl, but it's okay. I'll happily take all that dust nonetheless. Let's go. Where are we here? Got a golden Shiv. Cute. And a golden Enrage. That can get disenchanted. I've never seen this flavor text before. They're only smiling on the outside. That's very good flavor text for that card, actually. And our next arena. What shall it be? Warlock, Warrior, or Hunter. Well, folks, thanks again for watching. Please like and or subscribe. I'll see you again soon. Take care.